Welcome, one and all, to another exciting episode of AHHW apostrophe. That's not what that asterisk
Nope.
F.
You got the wrong punctuation mark, pal.
I'm doing my best here.
Back to school, back to school.
To prove I'm not a fool.
Copyright somewhere is like, excuse me, that's the song from Philly Madison. You're losing $1 million in court.
God, I wish I had $1 million to lose. Well, we are glad that you're all here with us in Lafayette, Louisiana for another exciting episode of AHHWF. It is the first episode after the big show, and we are in a drastically different landscape here.
Yes, all new, all different AHHWF.
Yes. Things are strange, to say the least, Christopher.
Ben, is the camera on us right now?
No, it's not on us. It's on the screen right now.
Okay.
So you don't have to look and gesture.
Yeah, but what if I want to?
Okay, well, feel free to do it anyway.
All right.
Here,
well,
I'll bring the camera over to you. There you go. So
just
welcome.
so I could point at you, the viewer, and let you know that you're being pointed at. I don't really have that much else to add for you personally.
Sometimes it just feels good to know that we're talking directly to you.
Yeah, to know you're making a difference.
Yeah.
Truly.
I know oftentimes when I'm watching internet programs, I appreciate when someone's looking me directly in the eye.
When I'm watching internet wrestling.
Yes. Which I don't often do, to be honest. But
not me neither. I'll be watching this show on TNT when it eventually gets picked up. But unfortunately, we're being joined. It's been a while. We had a nice respite from this guy, but back at it again in the Krispy Kreme is Mr. Clean.
It's been a while since I could something, whatever the lyrics of that song are.
I mean, I don't think anyone really knows. Mr. Clean coming out and saying that it was a travesty in a company that's known for travesties, like him losing the men's championship a couple months ago. This was the biggest one in company history, that he was left off of the big show. Ben, like I said, I thought it was a welcome break. I think we saw plenty of this guy for most of the year. He had nothing good to say ever. Yeah.
Well, but, I mean, in all fairness, it is strange to see, someone who was such a major part of the season 2 of AHHW to not be on the biggest show of the year, as much as I also enjoyed the break.
Ooh, I was going to say, what are you, a clean coat now? You're turning on me? But
clean coat, that's good.
Mr. Clean is irate in the ring, going off about how he deserved better. And honestly, even as disgusting as they are, the fans deserved better. They deserve to see greatness in action. But he's got a remedy for this mistake.
Yeah, Mr. Clean announcing that he spoke with our GM, Fraser Crane, and he's being given his own show here coming up.
Yeah, and I think he's being a little tongue-in-cheek here, Ben, because we know damn well he doesn't care about any of our fans, but he's saying as a special treat for them that the next pay-per-view is not only named after him, but it's happening next week, Ben. We just came off the heels of our biggest show of all time, and we're getting another, not the big show, but another big show?
Yes. Yeah, in a quick turnaround. It's a good thing that you don't have to pay, a monthly subscription of any sort to get these pay-per-views, that you can just get them here on youtube.com/alienhappyhour every week. But yeah, apparently another huge show coming our way next week.
And things are getting interesting in there, Ben, because Mr. Clean is saying that this show is called Spring Cleaning, and that's not just a pun on his name and his kind of motivations. He's introducing a brand new match called the Spring Cleaning Elimination Chamber match, Ben. Satan's Playground is bad enough, but it's about to get worse, because Mr. Clean just described a match where 6 people from our roster will be in the Elimination Chamber, and everyone except the winner of the match will be fired.
Well, that is something unlike anything I've heard in all my years covering wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Clean has told us for months he wanted to clean up this company, but I never foresaw him doing it in this fashion, by handing 5 of our wrestlers their pink slips next week.
Is Mr. Clean allowed to fire people?
I mean, I assume he went through the proper channels with this, and Fraser is okay with it. Fraser is kind of a mean-spirited dude as well. I'm sure he loves the idea of 5 people going into a chamber and not knowing whether to keep their jobs and their livelihood at the end of it.
I mean, I guess so. All right, so next week on AHHWF, I guess 6 people will enter 5 will leave.
And like leave.
Yeah.
Wow, that'll be 5 breadless tables, Ben.
I wonder who it's gonna be.
You know, yeah, it'll be interesting to see who is announced to be in the match, and then, yeah, who the fateful 5 end up being that do not get to stick around. Maybe we'll get an update later in the night about who's going to be in that match.
Boy, I hope so. But, you know, we actually have an interesting match coming up next, too.
We do. After the shocking victory of the Teenage Mutant Eldritch Turtles at the Big Show, finally claiming the Movie Club Tag Team Championships they've had their sights set on since late last year, Fraser Crane saw fit to say, you know what, we had the Mario Bros, Love Type Connection, the Turtles, and Gogeta all wrapped up in this tag team turmoil for months and months and months. He said, you know what, I'm sick of seeing the same faces around. I'm going to give all these teams, except the Turtles, obviously they're the champions, I'm going to give all of them some time off. Not so much the beneficial way of like heal up and rest up. It's more like, I don't want to see your face. So those teams have been barred from entering what he has now launched as a tag team tourney to determine the next challengers for the Movie Club Tag Team Championships. So the first matchup of that tournament then is an interesting one. We're seeing the returning team of Oops All Patricks, Patrick Star and Patrick Stewart, versus a new team, Captain America and your favorite and mine, Mermaid Man.
Yeah, a formation of new friendships. Steve Rogers coming to his idol, the Mermaid Man, and saying, I've looked up to you my whole life. I've always wanted to be like you. And I would be honored to team with you in this tournament.
Yeah, I think Captain America watched Mermaid Man's, all-star performance at the Big Show. It was, he came up short, but Mermaid Man's been on a tear recently as far as someone at his age and his level of his career coming to HHWF and putting on as many impressive performances and getting a couple wins in the process at his age of 376. I think Cap said, look, I don't know how much longer you're going to be around, but before you leave those boots in the ring, I want to share the ring with you. And so they're entering this tag tourney together, and I hope it pays off for them. Cap testing those ropes. Shield first on those cables, getting warmed up for the biggest night of his life in HHWF thus far. And there's his partner, the living legend, Mermaid Man, who since making his debut in HHWF and return to the wrestling business, has won a number of contendership to the Judge Burge Championship, faced Luigi in a valiant effort in which he came up short, had a hell of a tag match with Barnacle Boy against the Great Mario Bros. Yep. And then very nearly won the Judge Burge Championship last week at the Big Show.
Yeah, it's amazing after the career that Mermaid Man has had in professional wrestling, that almost having like a resurgence right now. I mean, back to the form that he may have been in his younger days. I mean, obviously age sets in a bit, but he still competed there with people, a fraction of his age.
Yeah, he's still the same guy that defeated Manta Ray so many times.
Yes. And
dominated the Bikini Bottom territory.
And as a huge fan of both Mermaid Man and Captain America, I'm super excited to see them team up.
Well, don't forget the reason Mermaid Man was in that Battle Royal for the Judge Burge Championship was by the Patreon fan vote. So everyone knows and loves him. And speaking of knowing and loving, Ben, Oops All Patrick showing up to let us know that the two of them are going to be making $1 million moves. Ben, I love this tag team. I just do.
Someone in the truck, though, put a space there on Patrick's. There didn't need to be two different words.
Yeah, someone's in trouble. And actually, who might be in trouble, honestly speaking, is Captain America and Mermaid Man. As much as they have a shared respect for each other and they both like each other, they have not done this before. Oops All Patricks first teamed up last year in the in Love Type Connections Friendship Open Invitational, and so they have not a ton of experience, but they do have experience as a team together.
And they have some great dance moves.
Absolutely. This is honestly foreshadowing for how well they're going to sync up in the ring. If you can sync up this well with your dancing, you're for sure hitting some cool-ass tag team moves. And also, $1 million moves, as opposed to their opponents who made no indication of how much money their moves would be worth.
Yeah, that is a very good point. Sometimes you just need to tell people.
I think it just displays confidence.
And so first off, we're getting Cap versus Pat right now.
And immediately jamming the Starfish's pointy round skull.
Shades of his partner, the Mermaid Man, with the DDT right off the bat there.
What a fitting way for Steve Rogers to start this match by to say, hey, thanks for accepting this match with me. I'm going to pay homage right away.
Yeah.
Cap setting up. Hoisting Patrick up. Patrick Star knocked Loopy, just spit dripping from his mouth after that concussive DDT.
And that running forearm there into the corner, and now picking up Patrick, dumping him on the rope there. Cap is having his way with Patrick Star right now.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Star is a superstar, but Captain America is a super soldier. And one of those two things is better fitted for in-ring combat. Ben, look at this. Deadlift, gut-wrench suplex from the first Avenger. That's a lot of weight to be hoisting up that way, too. Patrick is thick. Pat thick. And another DDT in honor of Mermaid Man. Mermaid Man nodding in approval on the apron, while Patrick Stewart freaking out, wanting his tag partner to get out of trouble.
For those of you just joining us at home, it was announced earlier tonight that Mr. Clean is going to have a spring cleaning match next week here on AHHWF. It will be an elimination chamber match where the 6 people will enter, and the 5 people who do not come out victorious will leave the company.
Yeah,
Mr. Clean
fired.
trying to clean house in all senses of the word.
Yeah.
And then right here now, we have Steve Rogers and Mermaid Man teaming up to take on Oops All Patricks. This is a tag team tournament to decide who will face the Turtles.
Oh!
Now, we've gotten a chance to see most of this match in action so far. We have not seen Mermaid Man yet, so hard to say what the veteran will do when he gets in there. But it's, I mean, the action in the ring right now doesn't necessarily show it, but I feel pretty strongly about Cap and Mermaid Man. Right now, yes, Patrick Stewart is in charge, but
I just love that sentence. Go ahead.
But yes, like it is. But you know, I mean, we still have a completely fresh legend in Mermaid Man in the corner, and you can never count out Captain America.
I don't know, Ben. I think we're seeing a lot of innovative...
You can only count out Captain America if he was outside the ring for 10 seconds.
Which he almost was, but Cap making his comeback on Patrick Stewart, that code red, white, and blue. And I was going to say, which in typical fashion for us, right when I started to say it, the tides turned. But Patrick Stewart was showing us some really innovative offense on the first Avenger here. And continuing it there, right there. But what I was going to say was that, you know, you were saying we don't know what the veteran's going to do. If Patrick Stewart, the smart and cunning Patrick Stewart, has it his way, Cap won't make the tag team man. He will never get in this ring. And right now, it is oops all Patrick, truly, because they are running things on Steve Rogers.
We are getting a Patrick stampede right now here in the corner.
That is well known to be the most devastating kind of stampede. If you've known one Patrick in your life, let alone 2, you know you never want a stampede of those guys. Patrick's known for their big, solid feet. And Captain America kicking out. The Patrick Stampede. Now the Mermaid Man gets in the ring. Patrick tried to cut him off, but Mermaid Man pushing him back. Those two have a little bit of history, both from the Bikini Bottom School of Wrestling in Canada.
Yeah, they've had their share of matches on the indies, but this might be the first time they're sharing a ring here in AHHWF. I believe that's the case.
It is, and the thing to note about that too is Ben, Captain America is not the only one in this ring that looked up to Mermaid Man. The Ref does too. No, I'm just kidding. It's Patrick Star. Patrick Star grew up idolizing Mermaid Man as well, watching him on TV. And so, you gotta think, it's hard to say with them not tangling in the ring yet, more than that little exchange they just had, but is Patrick kind of awestruck and taking it easy on, will he be taking it easy on the legend, or will he be like going to prove something?
Well, and you know, Steve Rogers, always the fighter, but it might behoove him to get a tag here.
Yeah.
You know, there's been a lot of time in this ring, a lot of wear on the body, and I mean, I know that he's always down for a fight, but at some point you gotta, like, take a breather.
Well, he's not giving Patrick a chance for a breather because he just hit the attitude adjustment, the American adjustment, which Patrick Stewart broke up. And Mermaid Man taking out Patrick Stewart, but also inadvertently taking out his young ward, Captain America. And Captain America, Ben, to your point, is well known for saying he could do this all day. But should he?
Oh, Captain.
And there he goes. Tag to the legend. Mermaid Man in the ring.
Now, Mermaid Man feeling himself, going, I'm fresh here, boy. Let's go.
Flexing all over Patrick Stewart. Never mind, that's not him. Patrick Star.
No, Patrick Stewart is out cold on the outside of the ring right now.
Scooping Patrick up for a deadlift powerbomb into the buckles. The back of Patrick's soft, pink, squishy skull off that bottom turnbuckle. And luckily for Patrick and his team, he didn't need Patrick Stewart to get up there because he was not going to make it in time.
Mermaid Man stopping Star from getting to the corner.
Yeah.
And now lifted him up. The strength of the veteran there.
Yeah, both Mermaid Man and Captain America favoring that gut-wrench suplex and the deadlift gut-wrench suplex. And it's interesting because maybe Mermaid Man showing Cap he can hang with him. He can keep up with the youngster. Anything he can do better. And also a case of old dogs can learn new tricks and other cliches. Scooping him up. What is this? Oh, wow.
Ooh.
A big ending from
Patrick Stewart in there to break it up. Steve Rogers thinking about sending a message, but Patrick back in his corner, and Rogers heading to his. Mermaid Man going up to a corner, by the way.
Oh, what is this, Ben? Moonsault off the top rope from Mermaid Man.
Kind of a corkscrew moonsault in a way there, too. Oh, Rogers could not get over there to stop Stewart.
The Mermoonsault wasn't enough. Well, only because of tag team interference. It was probably enough. Have we seen Mermaid Man bust that out before? I think he might have gone for it unsuccessfully. This might have been the first time we've seen him land it.
Yeah.
That is a big-time move for anyone in the wrestling business, let alone a 367-year-old veteran. In the twilight of his career, busting out corkscrew moonsaults.
And now, wisely pulling Star over to the corner and going for a tag with his partner there.
There you go. Cap firing up. He's feeling it. Ducking under that line. There you go. Shoulder tackle. And a second one. Ducks another clothesline. Big protoplex.
Just like taking out Nazis in the Battle of the Bulge, Captain America knows how to fight.
And Patrick about to try to make Cap's eyes bulge out of his head with that kick to the back. But Cap says, no way. Steps right back up and drops Patrick right on the back.
Oh, Patrick Star able to kick out. Stewart looked like he was maybe like a little shocked by the Mermaid Man coming at him there.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart seems to be the brains of that operation, but Patrick Star might be the heart and the indestructible body. Because if you look at all of what he's withstood in this match, Patrick Star is kind of a tank.
Oh, and now Mermaid Man applying a submission maneuver to the Starfish.
And you can see the drool leaking out of the Starfish's mouth. Some might say that was there in his entrance already, but I'm going to say you can't prove it because I'll look away if you try. Putting the slippers to Patrick, to his young fan. Oh, Patrick scooping him up out of nowhere.
Patrick, wisely going for the tag here, getting Patrick Stewart back involved in the match.
Oh, Patrick Stewart taking out the old man's legs. You hate to see it, Ben. But Mermaid Man reversal with a drop toe hold. Using the very legs that Patrick Stewart tried to target. Patrick Stewart seems to be attacking the joints of Mermaid Man, knowing that is the weakest point on any elderly person. I normally, Ben, am all for Oops All Patrick. I guess in their entrance, I love them, but you gotta say, they're not doing anything wrong per se, but you hate to see them attacking Mermaid Man that way. Cap standing over Pat Stewart, patting his tummy.
Referee Brian should be throwing a count up right now, you'd think.
Yeah, I gotta see if what was that? Patrick Stewart throwing a boot up into the side of Steve Rogers' head and throwing him down with a spine buster.
giving Patrick Stewart time to recuperate was maybe not a good move on the part of Captain America.
This guy's he's trying to cheat, Patrick Stewart is, but Mermaid Man knocking those feet out the ropes.
Doing a dirty pin, though, in Cap's friendly corner. Mermaid Man able to break it up.
Yeah, Mermaid Man, wise to those tricks as a veteran of the game. Wasn't going to let Patrick Stewart get away with that, especially not so close to his own corner. Cap trying to gesture for Patrick Stewart to get up, but it looks like Stewart might not be able to. Here he goes. American adjustment. The second one in this match, this time to Pat Stewart. Oh, he kicked out of the American adjustment. Mermaid Man scooping Patrick Star up. God, those names are so hard to keep straight.
It is a difficult match to call, but that's why we're professionals. And yeah, Mermaid Man going in there trying to break off Patrick Star, but Star able to elude him, almost broke it up, but Patrick Stewart able to kick out there. And a huge move there for Patrick Stewart, but Mermaid Man able to break it up this time.
These two, he went for Mermaid's legs again, but Mermaid got out of the ring safely just in time. Mermaid Man exchanging words at the back of Patrick Stewart's shiny bald head, while Patrick Stewart does a throat slashing motion. He looks like he's set up to hurt Steve Rogers real bad. Ben just crushing the windpipe with the tailbone of the former Starfleet captain. I didn't know, Ben, that Professor X had this kind of mean streak in him.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, sometimes when people get into AHHWF, they surprise you.
And you know, God forbid, I'm not one to judge. I had my fair share of dastardly tactics in the ring in my day, but you know, when wrestlers become commentators, they tend to forget all that and be mad when people cheat.
A little old school tag team maneuver there from Cap and Mermaid Man, but not enough. Patrick Stewart able to fight out of what was going on there, but now Mermaid Man with the upper hand, dropping Patrick Stewart on the rope.
I like seeing Mermaid Man and Captain America utilize the same maneuvers in this tag team match.
Oh!
And, wow, that's a new one.
Veteran maneuver right there.
And Mermaid Man kind of getting some payback on Professor X. Like, look, you want to use the ropes to cheat. I'll do the same. I'll choke you. I am the dirtiest player in the game. Mermaid Man looking around, pacing around, trying to figure out what the next move is. They've got him right where they want him, far away from his partner, Patrick Star. Attacking the legs, much like Patrick Stewart was intending to do to him. Stewart forcing him off with those educated feet he's been using to great advantage this match. Wrestling in a suit is pretty impressive, I think, don't you think?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I can't even get the tie on, let alone do that and then have a wrestling match where I'm winning substantially. Oh, this is not looking good for Mermaid Man. Oh,
ooh. Patrick
Stewart savagely attacking that knee.
Those legs are not what they used to be, and those strikes hurt.
Oh, no. This game plan might work out for Oops All Patrick's, Ben.
Mermaid Man trying to get to the ropes, crawling, able to get out of it, though. Cap getting the fans on the side of Mermaid Man right now.
So is Mermaid Man himself.
Patrick Stewart trying to climb to his partner. Mermaid Man cutting it off and taking him back over.
These two have been in the ring together for quite some time now. I think things have gotten a little tiny bit personal.
You know, so the great thing that I've noticed here with this team of Mermaid Man and Captain America is while maybe they don't have the same amount of tag team maneuvers that we would see out of someone like, tag team maneuvers, if you will.
Yes.
That we would have seen out
like
of...
this one right here from Oops All Patrick.
Well, exactly. You know, some of our more experienced teams, the TMET, the Great Mario Brothers, like people like that, Love Type Connection, they have this arsenal of moves that they use against each other. But the thing that Mermaid Man and Cap have been great at doing is cutting off that ring, making sure that whoever they're facing stays on their side, always using the numbers game.
And he's trying to make sure Patrick Starr's getting outside that ring, dropping him face first across the apron, the second hardest part of the ring.
Ooh, Cap taking a shot at Patrick there.
Looks like he might have hurt Mermaid Man's fingies on the way.
And Professor Xavier back in the ring. Oh, Mermaid Man was winding up for something, and Patrick said, no, thank you.
Big drop kick. He's setting up here that big tossing suplex. He's used that to great success so far in this match. I think that's the third one he's dished out to his opponents here. This is a match, Ben, with 3 of the 4 competitors being super-powered individuals. Patrick Star, the only non-super individual. Patrick Stewart, big powerbomb to Mermaid Man.
Giant powerbomb into a pin. Cap able to break it up. Both these teams want that #1 contender spot more than anything.
And honestly, it sounds like both our fans want both the teams to win. But not both our fans. We have plenty of fans, as you can see. But they're cheering for both teams, I think, Ben. I think they're maybe just appreciating this action, seeing 2 great tag teams butting heads.
Steve Rogers out cold right now in the ring as Patrick Stewart and Mermaid Man are going against each other.
Yeah, there was some interesting commotion a minute ago that took Steve Rogers out. I think he went for Patrick Stewart but missed, and then that allowed Patrick Star to come up with a bulldog from behind.
Cap able to get his wits about him, going back to the corner. He is now legal for a tag.
And yet another deadlift gut wrench suplex while Patrick Stewart flails in the air, and it's too late to escape. Up on that second rope where old school wrestlers thrive. Or just stand. Captain America willing him on, telling him to jump.
I don't know if Mermaid Man...
Someone in the crowd just yelled higher. Do they want him to hurt himself?
Oh.
He's brittle. You sickos out there. He goes for a top rope or middle rope splash to the back of Patrick Stewart.
It seemed like Mermaid Man was waiting for Patrick Stewart to move so that he knew he was conscious, so it would hurt more.
Yeah, like I said, I think this might have become more than just a tag tournament match. I think Mermaid Man and Patrick Stewart have started to dislike each other just a little bit.
Oh, and now Star.
Rocket launcher to Patrick Star off the top.
A shooting star
there
right
you go.
there.
That's why we pay you the big bucks. Oh, what is this? Fall away slam into the corner. Mermaid Man's leg stuck up on that bottom rope.
I worry every time I see Mermaid Man take a move like that. Veterans have been taken out by those moves.
And Patrick Star forcing the veteran down by his throat. This team of Oops All Patricks is sparing no physical expense in this battle with Mermaid Man and Captain America. And to be fair, they're going to need to win, but at some point it just starts to feel a little excessive. Hitting with his own DDT in the middle of the ring. And a super kick, taking the dome off of Mermaid Man.
Cap trying, begging for Mermaid Man to get a tag there. Another one of those slams in the corner.
And Patrick Star adopting Patrick Stewart's strategy. Mermaid makes him pay for it, kicking out his leg. Oh. You hate to see it. Choking out Mermaid Man on that middle rope. It's interesting how much back and forth there seems to be between one team does something to the other and the other team pays it back. And Mermaid Man just paid Patrick Stewart back for that strike attempt with one of his own, hooking him up.
Oh, on the hardest part of the ring.
Oh my God, Ben!
Laid out.
Giant powerbomb onto the martini glass, running up to the top rope this time.
Mermaids can fly.
Oh, no. Oh, a rock bottom from Patrick Stewart on the martini glass, catching him out of the air. But this is an incredible tag team match. This is the first match of the night.
Cap able to break that up. If this was not a tag match, that would have been the end right there.
Wait, what happened to Corey Bryan? It is breaking down here in this first match of the tag team tourney. Both teams want to go on to face the God Turtles for those Movie Club Tag Team Championships. This is one for the ages.
Oh, another one. Mermaid Man walking him over to the
buckles.
Saying, I've been throwing those buckles quite enough. I'm going to throw you over there now.
But you could watch the thought process happen. He thought about doing it in the middle of the ring, and he ran to that corner.
And Mermaid Man going up high again, turning around.
Mermoonsault off the top. He hits it again. That's got to be it. Steve's got to get in to stop Patrick Star.
Oh, Steve getting over. Oh.
Patrick Stewart just kicked out of all of that.
I cannot believe what we are watching right now. There's no quit in either one of these teams.
I could not have predicted this if I was using Cerebro, Ben.
You know, this is one of those things where you watch this kind of match and you're in awe of the resiliency of both of them, but you gotta wonder what they're going to be able to do in the next round. When like what they've gone through now, they have to face other teams. It's not like you win this and then you gotta break for a while and then you face like the Turtles. Like literally, like it's like on to the next one after this.
Yeah, the finals of this tournament will be next week at spring cleaning, so they'll only have 1 week to rest up after this hellacious tag team exhibition match. Well, one thing is for sure, whoever wins this tourney is gonna well have earned a shot at getting hurt and maimed by those Turtles for the titles.
Oh, Rogers turning things around here on Star. Mermaid Man out cold, going for the pin here. Not enough, not enough.
Patrick Star soaking up damage like he's his tag team old friend SpongeBob Squarepants.
Yeah, Patrick Star is a tank right now and turning things around on Rogers. Mermaid Man still a little dazed there in the corner.
Oh, big Baldo bomb from Patrick Star. That could be all she wrote. And Mermaid Man
dazed, but Cap able to kick out.
Yeah, if there's anyone who's not gonna quit, it's Steve Rogers.
And now a tag team maneuver from Oops All Patrick's.
Big double back body drop onto that martini glass.
I didn't know Captain America could fly.
Yeah, I did. Oh, and Patrick Stewart just raking the eyes of Cap, knowing, look, if you're a super soldier, you don't have supervision. If I poke you in the eye, it's gonna hurt like a mortal man. You still feeling like Cap and Mermaid gonna pull this one out?
You know, at this point in the match, it's anybody's game, but I'm gonna stick with my original prediction because Steve Rogers has got the goods here on Patrick Stewart, able to get Patrick Stewart to kick out. And I mean, that was a battle.
Yeah,
I think Steve realized that this was not going to be one with a pinfall. That the only way that you were going to be able to get this done is if you made somebody quit.
Yeah, that's a great point because they literally hit Oops All Patrick with everything in their books, and it wasn't enough. So yeah, like I said, originally I said Patrick Star was the tank of the team. I'm starting to think it's just a team of 2 tanks. But locking on that STF did Captain America, and Patrick Stewart submitted, sending Captain America and Mermaid Man on to the next round, the finals of this miniature tag team tourney.
Yeah, we saw a main event here, and this is our first match of the night.
That was something else. That was free on YouTube. Can you believe it?
Yeah, seriously. Some companies are making you pay $50 to watch their stuff.
Yikes. Yuck.
But you know, if you want to help support us and make all our dreams come true, you can go over to patreon.com/alienhappyhour and help support us there. We will not ask you for $50 unless you feel like doing it. That's up to you.
That'd be like
that would be awesome
wonderful.
If you did. But of course, you know, $1 is awesome too.
Yeah.
Anything you got to spare, we appreciate it. But anyway, this has been, I mean, I don't know what to say after that match. That's our opener.
Yeah.
That's our opener. If you got friends that like watching wrestling and they're not watching this, you need to tell them to turn it on right now.
Yeah, I would send a text. I'd send a Twitter DM, a Snapchat, whatever you got.
I know there were many times when I was a younger lad and my friend Christopher here would text me and go, hey, The Rock's going to show up tonight. You better watch. And I'd be like, you know what? I will. I can't promise The Rock tonight, but I can't promise he won't be here either. And
also, you saw rock bottoms. What more do you want?
Yeah,
you saw Patrick Stewart hit a rock bottom. Where else on the internet or anywhere else on this planet are you going to see that?
That's true. That is true. And not to mention, you saw Captain America make Patrick Stewart tap out.
Yeah.
An incredible victory for Mermaid Man and Captain America as they move on to the next round here for the chance to take on the TMET for those tag titles.
Which I made light of because, you know, the Turtles, as much as you want a title shot, it's kind of a scary feat. It's a victory and a punishment to get a title shot against those turtles.
Well, and here comes our AHHWF Women's Champion, Samus.
Not looking happy, which you'd think she would be after her performance at the Big Show last week. Samus cockily strutting around the ring and gesturing to the fans, and she says, I know you all expected somebody else to be standing here in this ring with the Women's Championship. And she's laughing, man. She's laughing at the fans, laughing at us, too, saying, I know you expected Charlize to beat me. I know you thought I was going to be a transitional champion because I know how badly you want me to be that. You didn't want me to be champion to begin with. You wanted Judy Hopps to stay, and once I won, you were hoping the very next person to challenge me was going to take it off me. But I have news for you. I have been sticking around the independents for decades in the Metroid territory and the Super Smash Bros. Territories, and people that know me from there know that I'm not one to quit, I'm not one to run. And then the segment interrupted them by an old favorite of ours in the women's division, Elastigirl.
Yeah, Elastigirl making an appearance here tonight. You know, a bit of a history between Elastigirl and Samus as well.
Yeah, they were the two that competed to determine who's going to face Judy Hopps at Allen, and that one match shaped the future of the women's division for several months since then, because Shigo intervened and attacked Elastigirl, which launched a whole series of events that led both these two back in the ring with each other here tonight.
Yeah, many AHHWF Universe fans believe that Elastigirl is deserving of a title shot by the way that they were upset at our Rumble Pack on the way that they were screwed out at their final entrance spot.
Yeah. Elastigirl saying, you know, Samus, it wasn't that long ago that the two of us were in the first ever AHHWF Money in the Bank match for the women's division. Actually, all divisions. It's the first one, period.
Yeah.
They were in that ladder match together, and Elastigirl saying it wasn't that long ago. They were in the first ladder match together, and then they challenged each other for a shot at the women's championship as friends with respect for each other, and so much has changed. And Samus saying, yeah, a lot has changed. You've become obscure. You've been gone for months, and I'm the women's champion. I beat Judy Hopps, everyone in this audience's favorite hero from the women's division, and I beat that Hollywood loser Charlize Theron.
Ooh, harsh words from the Metroid fighter.
I was gonna say it's like not really apropos to call someone from Hollywood a loser, but she is literally a loser. Samus, I've heard that Charlize won't even be returning after what Samus did to her at the Big Show.
Well, that would be upsetting, but you know, sometimes that's the way things work out. I mean, Samus laid quite a beat down there.
Samus ground Charlize Theron's spine into paste last week. But Elastigirl saying, you know, Samus, like I said, I used to have respect for you. Those days might be over. And Samus letting Elastigirl know that she doesn't give a damn if she's respected by Elastigirl or anyone else. She's used to working alone. And in this promotion, she doesn't even need a power suit to take on opponents. She has ascended to the next level of the women's division, and no one else knows what to do with it. So she understands why Elastigirl's coming out here and trying to bank off their previous relationship to rub off Samus's abilities and status. But Elastigirl's saying, no, I wanted to come out here and let you know that you're not only currently a disgrace to the title you hold and the division you represent, but to your former self, because you used to be better than this. And I, for one, wish that things could go back to the way they were, but since they can't, I'd like to challenge you for your women's championship next week at spring cleaning.
Ooh.
Samus asking exactly what Elastigirl thinks is going to happen that's going to be any different than the previous times Elastigirl's gotten title shots. She challenged Judy Hopps and lost. She was in the Money in the Bank championship, or the Money in the Bank ladder match for an opportunity title match and lost. And swearing up and down that if Shigo had not interrupted, Elastigirl would have lost the match to Samus back then too.
Well, Elastigirl has a never quit attitude. And, you know, like I was saying earlier, many of the AHHWF universe believe that Elastigirl should get a shot at the title. And I think that Elastigirl believes that if given that chance to be in that match for that title, that Elastigirl can leave with that belt around her waist.
Yeah. Saying she wants to end this whole chapter where they've all been wrapped up together and prove that she is the one fitting to take over this division and represent it the way it was always meant to be, with positivity and kindness and humility. And Sam is saying those three things are things that will never get any wrestler anywhere. Sam is pointing out you have to be willing to cut everybody else out and go for number one. And that's what she's been doing as champion, and that's why she still has the title. The fans chanting "She's hardcore." Hard to say if they're referring to Samus's callous attitude or Elastigirl's abilities in the ring, offering support for what's looking like the new number one contender to the Women's Championship.
Yeah, well, definitely an interesting spot we find ourselves in. You know, I gotta say that I find myself agreeing with Elastigirl in that, you know, even a month ago, if you had told me like Samus was going to be the champion,
Yeah.
you know, well, even before that match with Samus and Judy Hopps, like I'd always found myself rooting for Samus. I would have loved to have seen Samus be the champion. I have not loved the way that they have carried themselves since becoming the champion.
Nope.
And it's too bad because, you know, like it's always an upsetting thing when you spend so much time rooting for somebody and then they just let you down like this.
You hate to have to cancel a fave, but
yeah.
That match is now set and locked in for next week's spring cleaning pay-per-view, Ben. Samus Aran defending the Women's Championship against Elastigirl. That's going to be something to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. This spring cleaning card, you know, while it seems like, you know, it's kind of like a quick thing, you know, Mr. Clean gets this thing, and then everybody's like, all right, well, we got a big show coming up. Let's get some matches happening.
Yeah.
And everybody's stepped up, and everybody's challenged, and like really quickly, just out of nowhere, all of a sudden next week, we have like a really awesome show.
It's going to be a monumental show. If for no other reason than 5 people are going to get fired.
Yeah.
Their families are going to be in trouble.
I mean, they're going to have to go back to the indies.
Yeah. Or back to, like, I don't even know where some of these people worked before this. I mean, like, the indies aren't necessarily known for their giant payouts. They might have to go back to their shooters.
They're not called the indies for nothing.
Yeah. But next up, we have the next match in the tag team tourney. We're going to find out who's joining Captain America and Mermaid next week at Spring Cleaning. We have another returning tag team from the Friendship Open Invitational. I love that tournament of love tag tags because it formed bonds that lasted. That was like 9 months ago, Ben, and these teams are still together. We have Drax and Caillou making their return, and they're taking on a team that's going to be really interesting to watch here tonight. And maybe I'll just leave that as a surprise for a moment. Caillou confidently jamming those bony little fingers in the camera. The Bald Eagles, I forgot they had a brand new tag team. Drax and Caillou, the combined efforts forming the Bald Eagles. Yeah, this is a team to watch, Ben. If I remember correctly, I think they won the Friendship Open. Did they not?
They did, I believe. Yes, I think that's correct.
So yeah, I mean, obviously by the fact that they've still never held the Movie Club Tag Team Championships, they didn't beat Love Type Connection, but they went through that tournament. They found kindred spirits in each other, and they have some battle experience together. If you fight Love Type Connection, that's like being deep in the trenches together. And here we go, one half of the next team coming out, Goku, the former tag team champion before last week, but interestingly enough, gonna point out that his tag team partner tonight will not be Vegeta.
Oh, I was wondering about that when we were talking about earlier, how like, you know, that they weren't allowing like those 4 past or those 3 past tag teams to challenge again. So you're telling me Goku found a new partner?
Yeah, I believe that's the rumor going around is that Goku has looked over the roster and looked for someone, you know, as much as it worked out with him and Vegeta temporarily, I think he realized that it was too much of an oil and water situation. Those two are very dissimilar and have a lot of messy history. Goku looking for someone who's a little bit more his type of person, someone he can mesh with a little easier. And I believe he found the perfect person on this roster to fuse with, so to speak, from now on.
Well, are you going to leave me in suspense?
Yeah!
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to wait until that music hits and someone else comes out to see who Goku's next tag team partner is. Ben, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
And that is Goku's new tag team partner, strutting to work, happy as a clam, SpongeBob SquarePants. Fresh off passing his driver's exam, Ben, he drove his boat all the way here, and he's ready to potentially earn a tag team title shot with his new pal Goku. See, and like I said, Ben, Goku looking for someone who's like him, easygoing, friendly, another kind of person with a never say die attitude, positive outlook, high energy, enthusiasm, and innocent also in their own way. That's SpongeBob SquarePants, if you ask me.
So, I don't know, have you heard yet? Like, so we have this spring cleaning show next week.
Yes.
5 people, 6 people in the match. 5 are going to get fired. Do we have any word on who do we have any names yet?
I do. The names for the Spring Cleaning Elimination Chamber, these are the people that will be on the chopping block in that chamber. Kylo Ren, Superman, Big Buff Kitty, Iron Man, Dracula, and Todd Howard.
Ooh, Todd Howard, hot off a loss at the big show, going on the chopping block now. There's some big names on there too. I mean, Superman, you know, granted not having a great career here in AHHWF, but a huge name.
Yeah, that's the big blue Boy Scout we're talking about. That's an icon of American culture, let alone the wrestling world. And, you know, as far as Todd Howard being in that match, I couldn't wait to fire him. If I had to pick one person who I really hope gets eliminated in that match, it's Todd Howard.
Well, you know, that's, I think like you and I and a lot of the HHWF universe would be on board with that.
And the odds are good, luckily. Ooh, Goku hanging up
just
Caillou.
has to be one of those 5 to get fired.
Another match is just made for Tag Team Thursday, as it's turning out to be here, Ben, at HWF this week. Up next, Elastigirl and Samus will be in action against each other as a preview for their title match next week, but not one-on-one, because that's for the title. We gotta save that. They found like-minded individuals to help out their cause in a tag team match. 2 other people that have beef with each other right now. It's gonna be Elastigirl and X-23 versus Samus and Lola Bunny.
Ooh, all right.
That's
all right, I'm here for that.
Another blockbuster match that we're getting just on a regular episode of this broadcast. Did you see, Ben, the tag team move that Goku and SpongeBob just invented on the fly a minute ago? Goku held the shoulder into the gut of, I believe it was Drax, while SpongeBob jumped up on his back and delivered punches to the top of Drax's bald head. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, well, Goku and SpongeBob both known as being innovative wrestlers, and you know, kind of, it's interesting. You know, you got a lot of speed and you know, innovative wrestling versus just the powerhouses of Drax and Caillou.
Yeah, that's true. But SpongeBob making light work of Drax right now, piecing him up with those clotheslines, which I wouldn't think he'd be able to do. But maybe SpongeBob's stronger than I ever would have given him credit for.
And now
those wiry little arms, his anchor arms activated. Wow. These two are working extremely well together already. Already using more tag team maneuvers than Goku and Vegeta ever did.
Yeah, you could tell that they probably at least talked before the match instead of fighting.
Instead of literally blowing each other up.
Now Caillou, oh,
that fist drop right between the eyes of the Super Saiyan God. Caillou, always jealous of Super Saiyans in that he has no hair to turn gold.
I'm not familiar with how Super Saiyans work. Do you need to have hair to go Super Saiyan?
I might have to pull Goku aside after this match and get to the bottom of that one. Goku getting thrown to the apron by Caillou. Will he be able to cap it? Caillou just staring Goku in the face till Goku popped back over those ropes. Goku making Caillou pay for that stare down, showing he should have been on the offense instead. Ben, you got any predictions as to who's going to win this match? In other words, who you got?
Well, as much as I want to root for Goku and SpongeBob, I'm going to have to go Drax and Caillou in this, just because it would seem, all right, so I'm a person that believes in the balance of the universe and stuff like this, and that things need to work out in a certain pattern.
Yes.
And it would seem very strange if tonight both our newly formed tag teams won versus established tag teams.
That's interesting. That makes sense to me.
Granted, we're talking about Oops All Patricks and the Bald Eagles, who have not been present in a while in HHWF. This is technically a homecoming for both of them.
Yeah. I would say they could be rusty, but as we saw Oops All Patricks, that's no such thing. That's no such problem with these teams. I'm gonna go. Wow, Bikini Bottom Driver from SpongeBob. I'm gonna go with Goku and SpongeBob, and I'll tell you why. Because just a minute ago, SpongeBob taunted like he was shooting Drax with a gun. That's good enough for me. I think they've got the right attitude here, and they're laying down the intimidation factor. It's not often tag teams threaten to shoot the other. I also think that Goku is fresh off a Goku's fresh off a tag team title run. He knows exactly what it's gonna take to be a tag team champion, since he was just on top of that mountain. Oh, Drax leaving his feet in the rare occasion to dropkick SpongeBob back first into the apron.
It is interesting. I almost hesitate to say this for fear of the repercussions. But, we spent a lot of last year and early this year seeing these legendary battles between TMET and Love Type Connection. And every time Love Type Connection came out on top. And it's interesting that the way that TMET was finally able to get the belts was, while Love Type was involved, it was taking the belts off a completely different tag team.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, we'll see how they fare if they ever cross paths again. But for now, Frazier barring that from happening, which is interesting. Gotta wonder how Love Type's taking that. They're known for being optimists. They're probably taking it in stride. But I think just about anybody would kind of have hurt feelings about the idea that they are not allowed to challenge for the highest prize in their game.
Yeah, well, I recently had some correspondence with Squirtle, and Squirtle saying that him and Charmander are, taking a much-needed vacation right now. They've realized that these are the circumstances, and that there's not much they can do about it at this moment. So they're finally, it's been a while since they've gotten a chance to really, relax with each other, and so they're taking this moment to just go on a vacation, enjoy each other's company for a while. But Squirtle's saying, don't act like we're not going to be ready when the opportunity comes. They are going to be ready. They're going to be training, and they're not going to show up with guts. Is all I'm saying. They are going to be ready to fight when the opportunity is there.
I can't wait to see Love Type return with what is now an entirely fresh tag division.
Yeah.
There's gonna be fresh new matchups for new competitors for them to challenge, new friends to make, new rivals to fight. It's gonna be fun to watch. And speaking of fun to watch, we just witnessed a hell of a sequence between Caillou and SpongeBob a minute ago, where Caillou kept knocking SpongeBob down and SpongeBob just kept standing right back up, face to face. Eventually, Caillou did manage to take over for a more extended amount of time, which is paying off here with the tag team. Oh, what is this, Ben? Bald Eagle Bomb. The tag team finisher of Drax and Caillou.
Yeah, Drax going for the cover.
Goku right there to stop it. Another drop kick from Drax. He's doing some new things here tonight.
Drax immediately returning the favor to Goku, saying, "You want to get in this ring, then I'm going to make sure you don't. I'm gonna basically." Kind of like a shot collar kind of thing. It's like as soon as you get in this ring, I'm going to make sure that you shouldn't be in here.
Yeah, the Destroyer is not someone you want to have that kind of attitude towards you. Oh, Caillou taking a cheap shot to the back of SpongeBob's square head. Hitting those ropes, knocking Caillou to the floor, and then a dropkick to Drax. Great strategy by SpongeBob. A little shimmy there. Steph Curry-esque from SpongeBob SquarePants as he knees Drax, and a big Rough Rider. And that's it.
Oh, Caillou thinking that Drax had what it takes, going, this is no sweat. He'll kick out. But SpongeBob getting the pin there off that Rough Rider.
SpongeBob turning Drax's face into a Krabby Patty with that big, I mean, it's a famouser. It's a big leg-assisted bulldog. And you'll see there Goku and SpongeBob using Love Type Connection's finisher, the total elimination there. That's not a bad move to pull out if you're a new tag team. Learn from the best. But all of their tag team offense I think helped lead to SpongeBob's singular offense, which is what allowed them to secure their spot in the finals of this little miniature tourney. So next week at Spring Cleaning, we will see Captain America and Mermaid Man versus Goku and SpongeBob SquarePants for the right to challenge the Teenage Mutant Eldritch Turtles for the tag title.
And I look like quite the fool because both the Young Blood tag teams in here for the number one contender match. Although it's hard to say Mermaid Man and Young Blood in the same sentence, but you know what I mean.
He's young at heart. And so are these two new lovable pals, Goku and SpongeBob.
Yeah, this is a tag team that I would not have put together on paper, but definitely worked in the ring. Definitely worked in the ring.
And next, we're going to see how two other makeshift tag teams do in the ring, because it's time for that women's tag team match.
Yeah, this is, I mean, like, all right. I don't want to undersell what we've already seen tonight, because we've seen some incredible talent in the ring.
Yeah.
But literally, we are getting arguably the 4 best in our women's division right now in the ring at the same time.
I think that's unmistakably true. I think these are the current top 4 of the women's division.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows what's going to happen? We've seen time and time again how things never go how you expect they're going to go in these women's division matches.
Yeah, and this is an all-star women's tag team match. I think Elastigirl and X23 would make a good team regardless. I think Samus, Lola, Bunny are going to make a good team just because of how much sheer disdain they have for their opponents. I think the 2 chips on their shoulders are going to morph together to make like a giant chip.
Oh, okay.
Like the ones at the bottom of the bag when you go to Chili's, like, and there's just like a big like amorphous chip.
Yeah.
I think that's what's
and you
gonna
get
happen.
a little queso to put with that chip. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I think that these two are going to try to get the cheese tonight. I think they're going to try to put their combined malice together and squash out Elastigirl and X23.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like an interesting situation we're seeing here, because we kind of have like the new guard in Samus. Well, Samus is a bit of a veteran, but you know what I'm talking about here, of this new wave of the women's division right now with Samus and Lola Bunny versus past favorites, you know, that are currently maybe on more of a low with X23 and Elastigirl. Although it is important to point out that X23 did get that win over Lola Bunny at the Big Show.
Ben, I hate to burst your bubble and remind you of the tragedy we witnessed last week, but that was not the case. Lola Bunny
I have trouble
X23.
remembering things that happened 7 days ago.
I have trouble remembering things that I don't like, which is why I would have tried to forget that. But actually, Lola Bunny had called out X23 and said, I'm going to beat you again at Big Show like I did on my first night here, and then did just that.
Well, then the statement that I said earlier stands up even more.
Yeah, that X23's in a low, absolutely. Getting beat by Lola Bunny is not a place you want to be. But, you know, gotta give it to her. Lola's a formidable wrestler. Lola not only dominating the basketball court, but now the HHWF ring. Here we go. That big time entrance that we have not seen since the Big Show. X23, and you know that someone with the competitive drive that X23 has as a legend in the division, knowing her reputation in the locker room as a leader and as the phenom of the women's division, I think she's going to have a lot to say to Lola Bunny in this ring tonight, and I think she's going to say it with various parts of her body. I think she's going to come at Lola strong tonight.
Ooh, Lola strong.
Yes. X23 making her return to action on our regular broadcast. It's been actually a very long time, I think, since we've seen X23 not on a pay-per-view event. You know, sometimes people reach a status in their career where they're only going to show up at the biggest spectacle shows, but that makes it all the more special when they come back to their roots on our weekly television series.
And her partner from Pennsylvania, Laura Kennedy.
Well, and to that point, I think that X-23 is maybe realizing that they're going to need to be in competition more if they want to get back on top of that mountain, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I'm just happy to see X-23 back because, Ben, she's been a fixture of this division since I was even working for this company. I was a fan of HHWF during X-23's title runs and the height of her career so far, so I still consider it a privilege to watch her tear it up in this ring. And you know, I have to think that if X-23 can vanquish Lapis Lazuli and send her packing out of this company, that she can handle this threat from the newcomer Lola Bunny. Is there anyone you'd rather have back you up if you're Elastigirl than X-23?
RoboCop?
If that were an option,
Okay.
I'm sure, yeah, that checks out.
But if we're going off of people who are readily available, it's
Yeah.
probably X-23.
Yeah, I think so too. X-23.
I love this entrance every time.
And so do our fans participating there in the background as X-23 gets into the zone. I expect we'll see a lot less of the dancing and showing off that Laura did at the big show. I think she learned her lesson from that loss to Lola. And there comes the women's champion. Protected as always in her armor for her entrance, knowing how many fans are going to want to lob sodas at her head.
Well, you know, we've seen how helpful our security is. And I'm saying helpful with air quotes, too. So I can see why Samus, with everything that she's been saying currently, the amount of people that she's upset, I see why she wants to wear armor when she's not in the ring.
She knows what she's doing. She tries to incite a riot with these fans every time she's out here in this arena. And I gotta say though, it makes for quite the intimidating presence when she comes out in the armor and all you can see are her eyes while she holds the belt in her hand. It's you know, it makes you wish that she hadn't had this change in attitude because she really is a star. Look at this, Ben. Don't you just get the chills?
Oh, of course.
Especially at the big show last week in that gigantic high school auditorium.
That's what, yeah, I mean, there's still part of me that's like, I get excited when Samus comes out to the ring. And then I just remember everything that she's done over the last few weeks, and it's like, it just kind of ruins it,
Yeah.
you know?
I've never seen such a feel-good story turn into such a feel-bad story.
I hate feel-bad stories.
Her career was almost ended by a sledgehammer from Shigo, and she got healthy in time to come back and challenge for the belt and won it. And that should have been we all should have been like crying tears of joy. And I guess, you know, that's to her point that, you know, maybe a little upset that we didn't, but immediately after that, turning on Judy Hopps and all the fans just didn't let us enjoy what could have been an oh my god moment of the year.
Yeah.
And her partner from New York.
And here comes the conceited rookie of the women's division, but it feels kind of wrong to even call her a rookie because while she's only had like 3 matches, 2 of them have been wins against one of the biggest stars in the division.
Yeah, I mean, the resume
Yeah.
is, yeah, like you said,
Like-
not vast, but speaks for itself at the same time.
Yeah, Lola Bunny does not have a ton of experience, but could get any internship she wanted.
Yeah.
And I'm sure her cover letter would be full of arrogant nonsense, but it's enough to get the job done.
It's kind of like, obviously, one I'm rooting for and one I'm rooting against. But it's kind of like Ryan Coogler, where you're just like, wait, all right, Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panther, okay, not a lot to work off of, but all just incredible movies.
Well, you heard it here first, fans. Ben is rooting against Ryan Coogler like a big jackass, but this action is starting off
That
here.
is not what I said. Don't you turn my words around on me.
And right now we're getting our first taste of next week's title match at Spring Clean. Look at this incredible wrestling action from Elastigirl and Samus. Oh, the wrestling has stopped, Ben. Elastigirl, after a nice exchange of headlocks and head scissors, just jamming her fist right into Samus' forehead. Samus with the height advantage there in the corner, but Elastigirl pushing her on her enough to have coworker Brian have to separate the two. And a blow to the kidney on the champion. You can tell watching this how fed up Elastigirl's been listening to and watching Samus over the last couple months.
Yeah, well, Elastigirl looking to, bring back the women's division that, there was a reason that she joined the company in the first place. She saw the likes of X23 and Judy Hopps and all these previous champions and great wrestlers that we had, and was like, that's what I want to be a part of. That's what I want to join in. And since then, she's seen a much different women's division, and she's looking to bring back what she loved.
Absolutely. Whoa! Both X23 and Samus going for flying kicks, but meeting each other in the air. X23 getting into the ring after some nice tag team offense from her and Elastigirl. Elastigirl throwing Samus' head into the extended boots of X23. And this is, to my knowledge, the first, well, definitely since becoming champion. It might have happened before then in the olden times of 2018, the first season. But this is definitely the first time X23 and Samus have interacted since Samus has been women's champion. Now X23 in the ring where this is exactly where she wants to be, Ben, where she can exact some revenge on Lola Bunny. Oh, wow, look at that. Exactly what I'm talking about. Wrenching back on the head and neck of Lola. Well, Lola getting scooped up and reversing with an arm drag. Taking over on X23, knocking her down to the ground with a single punch. It's honestly such a shock still how much Lola Bunny appears to have X23's number.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if X23 was still a champion, if Lola Bunny would be champion,
Yeah.
Like how things would have played out differently if Lola had entered the company just a few months earlier.
Here's something that I might have already brought up on a previous show, but just in case.
It bears repeating.
Yeah, probably. Is it worth questioning whether X23's Achilles heel is rabbits?
Oh, that's an interesting point.
Because Judy Hopps is the one that took the title of X23, and now X23 can't seem to buy a bucket against basketball star Lola Bunny.
That is an interesting point. We should put our investigative journalists on that.
I'll ask Batman. He's been good at sussing things out here in this company before.
Yeah, well, investigative journalist Batman. And now Samus flying against Elastigirl right now. X23 knocked out on the outside. The numbers game not in the favor of Elastigirl.
This is the last tag match of Tag Team Thursday, which has been honestly very enjoyable. I've really liked seeing all those different teams tangle it up together.
Yeah, it's always fun when you can, in the case of some of those newcomer tag teams, it's fun to see people that we don't normally see teaming up like that. That's kind of the fun thing about a tag team match. That it's just, normally this is such a everybody for themselves kind of business. And so it's fun when you get to see your favorites team up like that.
Absolutely. X23 and Elastigirl versus Samus and Lola Bunny is honestly a dream match. And Elastigirl knocking the champion flat to the floor. These two are going at it, and this is just in this tag match. I can't imagine how violent this altercation is going to get when the title is on the line next week. Whoa!
Oh!
Elastigirl taking that suplex from Samus to the floor and then kipping up. It's like, nah, I'll eat that.
Oh. Well, Samus rolling out of the way there of that chop to the back. Oh, wow.
Big flying forward.
That one had a little extra something on it.
With enough force to make X23
and a
jump out of the way.
Elastigirl. It didn't have quite the you know, wind up, but still a spear nonetheless.
Yeah, attacking the ribs of the champion.
And now, instead of going for the pin here,
setting up, here it is. The figure 8. Is she gonna bridge it?
Oh,
there she goes.
She's
It's
got it locked in. Will Samus tap? Will Samus tap?
Samus trying to hold on, desperately swinging her arms around as coworker Brian checks and asks if the champion wants to submit, if the champ wants to get up, but no, Samus survives. Elastigirl wisely keeping herself between Lola and Samus, now shifting positions, maybe going to tag her partner. Oh, going for a pin.
Lola able to break it up. X23 not able to get around and get at Lola there just quite yet. Elastigirl. Oh!
Brian!
Elastigirl throwing some taunts at Lola, and Lola's wild swing missing Elastigirl but hitting Brian. For the time being, our referee out cold. I don't know if he saw that tag or not.
Yeah, anything can happen in HSWF. And now Samus taunting in Elastigirl's face. I hate when Samus gets like this, Ben. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Oh, and now applying that hook. Mercifully letting go, but only to apply more damage here.
And now X23 getting thrown into that Lola Bunny corner. Samus thinking about it, deciding if she wants to keep it going here against X23 or get the tag. Staring down the former champion, going, this is my yard now.
Yeah, the current champ punking out the old one. Oh. No.
Saying,
Dang.
Get up. X23 got up, and Samus threw gut punches over and over again. The pin now, but Elastigirl able to get it and break up.
And
but
hit
Brian down
away.
again. Oh, and it's a double team action on Elastigirl right now.
Now both teams have inadvertently knocked the referee. That poor I'm going to bake Brian a cake.
That'd be a great thing for you to do.
I mean, he probably won't like it. I'm no chef, but I think, you know, it's a nice gesture.
Don't be so down on yourself.
And maybe his taste buds have been knocked loose so many times in this ring he won't even notice. Oh no.
Samus with a giant power bomb and picking up for another.
This is the triple power bomb that Samus used to retire the newcomer Charlize Theron after only her second match in the company. And send her back to the movie business. That's not what X23 wants to be withstanding in this match tonight. Samus again has X23 right where she wants her in the corner, where she can just look her in the eyes and not say a word, not move a muscle. This is quite the posturing from Samus.
It seems like Samus is just at the point where it's like, all right, X, your move, get up.
Yep. And this time, collar and elbow tie up with X23 pushing her off, avoiding those devastating gut punches. But oh no, a punch to the back of the neck and dragging her head first back to the corner. Samus, I gotta say, now that I'm watching Samus compete the way she is against X23, despite everything we've said about her tactics and her mentality, I think it's now beyond a shadow of a doubt that Samus is a top-level women's champion.
Oh, Lola's gonna fly. And X23, not the showing that you want to see from the former two-time champion, the legend. I guess.
Oh, thank God.
I guess once a two-time champion, always a two-time champion. You're never a former two-time champion.
That's true.
Oh, X23 dropping Lola on the ropes there.
That top rope's been getting a lot of use tonight.
It has, yeah.
Oh, X23 looking to...
Oh!
Yep, there you go. That is something I would definitely do to someone who's beat me twice that I didn't like very much. Scooping her up, here we go. We haven't seen this in a long time. Westchester Slam from X23. That move won her 2 titles. But it's not...
Ooh.
Lola Bunny kicked out. X23 not letting it phase her. That's great to see. That's the mark of a former champion.
Calling on the energy of the AHWF universe.
Other
X20
wrestlers would pout and ask the ref what happened. But
my God.
X23 just fires up and throws a kick.
But Lola just right back at it again.
Oh, and then a slap to the face.
The disrespect. It seems like every time X23 gets something going, Lola has an answer.
And now raking the eyes of X23. That healing factor is not going to kick in quick enough to make a difference here. X23 blinded on the apron, and Lola, flipping her over the top rope while she still can't see, and Lola strutting her stuff in her face. Looks like X23's retained her vision and knocks her loose with a kick.
X23 pulling Lola over. Oh! Slamming that elbow there, going after the arms.
European uppercut from Lola. A Euro step, if you will, from the basketball player. Big hip attack from the former champ.
X23 getting ready for something here.
Set it up again. Westchester slam incoming. There he is, the second one. There's no way Lola's kicking out of that.
Elastigirl in to try.
Was that a spear to Samus? But Lola kicks out again. Lola Bunny might be god tier. X23 going top rope. If the two Westchester slams weren't enough, maybe something like this will be. Big flying knee drop to the skull. X23 winded. Going to get the tag to Elastigirl. That's not a bad strategy.
That is a great move, actually. You know, X23 has done everything she can right now. She has delivered every move, and it is a great opportunity to catch her breath, get a little build back up here, let the fresher Elastigirl get in the ring with Lola Bunny and deliver some more damage.
Yeah, and I might have gone for the pin, but to be fair, I think X23 recognized that she needed time for that healing factor to kick in and get out of there before Lola could sneak a win off her again. There's that big super kick Lola Bunny's used to beat X23.
God. That strike, I mean, you can hear that up here in our commentary booth.
Absolutely. X23 knew, though, after being on the receiving end of that kick so many times, that she had to be right there to stop Elastigirl from getting beat there. Lola about to tag in the champion, or maybe not. Just kind of sizing up Helen Parr here. Sending her over to Samus, where they're going to work together. Off the ropes, drop toe hold, elbow drop to the spine. Elastigirl trying to crawl to X23, who's throwing a fit over there as Samus stomps in the back of Helen's head. Oh, there you go, right from the arm. Samus, that might have been a rope break there, but Samus still feeling confident, as always. See, I don't know, Ben, if anyone's going to be able to take that title away from Samus now that she's in the zone that she's in. I think before, it was like, this attitude stemming from a lack of self-confidence, maybe feeling like she was second to Judy Hopps in the fans' eyes. But I think after taking out Judy and beating Charlize, I think Samus now is operating with full self-confidence, and that's even more dangerous than her wild insecurity.
Isn't it wild that we're just at this point in HHWF where you're almost rooting for a Shiko cash-in?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know which one of those two I'd rather have as champion. Neither is good, but you have a point that it's at least a conversation now. Samus with another monkey flip. Launching, this is incredible, right into the center of the ring. Picking the leg. Oh, and snapping it.
You know, Elastigirl can stretch, but does not stretch that way.
Yeah, no, that's gonna mess up anybody's anatomy. And now Samus getting Elastigirl the treatment she was getting X23 earlier in the match.
Saying you want to challenge me for that belt next week. Well, how do you like this? How do you like this match? Because you know what? Next week, you're going to get my full attention, not just 50% of it.
That's true, and you won't be able to tag out to a friend. And you're not going to... Yeah, yep, there it is. Samus, Ben, just lies in wait to deliver those gnarly punches.
And now going for a pin. Lola going after X, but missing. X23 almost out of instinct, falling there to break up that pin, but Brian is out cold.
Oh,
Samus taunting the HHWF Universe. Lola putting a submission on X23.
That move
Samus breaking the knee of Elastigirl.
X23 rolling out of the ring after that Koji clutch, which is the move that she lost to at the Big Show. Enziguri from Elastigirl and the strut. Champion calling to make a tag. Elastigirl in just in time to stop it. Oh, dropping the knee right on the nose. trying to mess up the champion's face. Here we go. Building up momentum. Clothesline, clothesline. A duck off the ropes. Another big clothesline from Elastigirl.
Elastigirl is firing up right now.
The #1 contender rolling.
X23 back in the corner. Oh, but Samus dropping the head.
And a big bulldog to drop the head one more time. I gotta stop saying the Michael Cole rolling in a sincere voice. And Lola Bunny just choking the #1 contender. And while Samus dances and incites the fans. These two should never be allowed to get together again.
Oh, and another massive super kick. Lola Bunny, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there we go. Elastigirl staying alive. But I was with you. I had thought it was 3 for sure. Elastigirl showing Lola Bunny that she's not the only one that can withstand that much punishment. The resiliency of our new #1 contender is something to behold.
Elastigirl crawling towards that corner, but no good. Lola Bunny just going after her. Move after move after move. Finally, though, Elastigirl able to get the pin. Here it is, X23 versus Lola Bunny.
X23 finally getting her feet under the way she's wanted to for weeks now, for months now probably. Roundhouse kick, that could be the knockout blow, but Elastigirl's not there to prevent a Samus interference.
Oh!
But that didn't come, Ben. X23 just got a revenge on Lola Bunny right here tonight on Tag Team Thursday. Knocked her lights out with that roundhouse kick.
Yeah, not the win she wanted at the big show, but still has to be sweet getting that pin there on Lola Bunny.
Yeah, I'm so happy that X23 finally got that W. That was going to haunt X23, and honestly, it was going to haunt me, Ben, if X23 never got that win over Lola.
Well, there's a shot there again of those continuous gut punches that Samus would throw at both opponents, and the triple power bomb. Samus looking just possessed in this match.
Yeah.
Just no remorse, no mercy, no Taboo Tuesday. But you know, it's just like I worry for Elastigirl next week.
Yeah, I was gonna make a similar comment. Victorious tag team effort worth celebrating here from Elastigirl X23. But after we just watched how Samus performed in that match, I think it's gonna be a very, very uphill battle for Elastigirl next week for that title match.
Definitely, anything's possible though, right? And speaking of anything being possible, Wario has selected his next opponent for the hardcore title, and he's picking. If I'm being honest, a bit of a no-name, no surprise considering Wario, but someone who has dreamt their whole life of being in this ring, who has actually been around our roster, has been training with some of our wrestlers, but has never gotten the opportunity to get in this ring. It's a young up-and-comer out of Philadelphia. His name is Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I heard of him working down at the Performance Center in Orlando.
And so basically he is having his first match here tonight to make himself eligible to challenge for the hardcore title next week at Spring Cleaning.
Yeah. So Fraser Crane still holding Wario to his new decree that he's going to have to actually defend the hardcore title like Shaggy used to. And Wario saying, okay, well, let me see who's available on the roster. And when he did so, scrolled through and found someone who'd never had a match here.
Making his way to
But
the
here it
ring.
is. Wario's selected challenger for the hardcore title. Next week at Spring Cleaning, it's the newcomer, Rocky Balboa.
97 pounds, Rocky.
I think it's safe to say, Ben, that Rocky is being overlooked by Wario and assumed to be a lightweight challenge that Wario can basically use as a night off to retain his title. But I know that Rocky has the eye of the tiger, and he'll be looking tonight to prove that not only is he worth Wario's attention and respect, he could very well be the next hardcore champion.
Yeah, well, and Rocky has been searching his whole life for this thrill of the fight, and looking to prove here to everybody that he's worth it, that he is worthy of being in this ring.
Yeah.
And so, well, maybe a bit of a no-name. Maybe Wario thinks he's getting an easy opponent who doesn't have a lot of experience,
From Cherry Hill,
there is
New
something to be
Jersey,
said
weighing in at
about that
300
drive
pounds,
to prove
the
yourself.
villain,
And speaking of someone who's proven themselves, here comes Rocky's first opponent, the Penguin. And this is most certainly not going to be a night off for the newcomer, because the Penguin is undefeated in HHWF. I don't even think Fraser Crane knew what he had on his hands when he signed the Penguin to this roster. I think he thought, you know what, it's another body to fill out our ranks. He's had a decent run on in other companies. But Penguin, whenever he's shown up, has run amok and just had his way with people as big as Crash Bandicoot. And Penguin, Ben, I think is like maybe the most, he's not well behaved in the ring, but he might be the most well behaved out of the ring. Because most people in this company, if they win one match, let alone two, without losing, they're going to Fraser's office and they're saying, give me a title match. Penguin has not said a word to anybody, and I mean literally, not just about that, literally not spoken a single word since getting to this company. And he just seems content to just tap people out. Penguin forcing Rocky into the corner as coworker Brian gets in there. Coworker Brian probably trying to save his own neck at this time after the beating it took in the women's tag match earlier tonight. Rocky, known for being a boxer, but applying a top wrist lock here, he clearly has been training in our wrestling schools.
Yeah, Rocky taking a bit of a slower pace here to start out, trying to pace himself.
He and Penguin exchanging holds. This is quite the technical wrestling matchup.
Yeah, well, Rocky has been working hard, training with some of the best to get ready for this moment and, looking to do everything he can.
Yeah, this is classic by-the-book pro wrestling, and I'm kind of really enjoying it. And there's a big headbutt. That's going to interrupt all the arm ringers. Oh, and a big boot right to Rocky's mush, adding to the bruised palate of his face. Rocky taking the Penguin back down, though. Oh, no. The more experienced Penguin catching that leg, executing a quick dragon screw and a kick to the back while he's down. Penguin is a very deadly and vicious professional wrestler, and you never want to give him an inch because he'll take a mile. That big toss from Penguin. Another person wrestling in a suit and doing quite well in it.
Yeah.
Rocky, a quick learner, catching Penguin's leg and doing the same dragon screw that Penguin just did to him a minute ago.
Penguin able to roll out, but Rocky looking at it.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Tiger suplex.
That's a pin right there.
Or I guess I just call it the Penguin suplex, huh?
Rocky able to kick out of it. Interesting move here too, or I guess, I don't know, underhanded, whatever you want to call it. But Wario, I think understanding the rules, picking someone to be his opponent who has not had a match yet, so that they are forced to be in a match this week before defending before facing him for the hardcore title.
Yeah.
Looking to not only take on someone that he views as an afterthought, but someone that is already going to be damaged going into next week.
Oh, and that's definitely going to damage you. A big senton from the Penguin. Yeah, I think Fraser Crane is not fond of granting title matches to people that haven't had at least one match in the company before. Even Charlize, coming from the establishment of the movie world, still was in the Rumble Pack match.
Yeah, still had to win that Rumble to get that match.
Oh, big Uranagi from the Penguin.
Oh, but Rocky defiantly kicking out there.
This kid's got heart, man.
Yeah, win Rocky, win.
Oh no, he's got it locked in, man, after a big solid punch to the face. He's hooking it in. The cold Kina clutch. Oh, Rocky elbowing out. Rocky reversing into a pin. One, two. Oh, not enough, Ben. No one's ever escaped the cold Kina clutch in any fashion, let alone by turning into a pin like that. This Rocky kid just might have a future in combat sports.
And just throwing headbutts, throwing punches.
Body blow. Body blow, body blow, body blow. Rocking the Penguin.
The Penguin is on his back, and Rocky feeling it right now. The crowd feeling it. Oh!
Big knockout blow. He's a little too close to the ropes.
Oh.
Yeah, that rope break.
Able to get the rope break.
And that's, you know, a new boxer coming to wrestling might not be prepared for that. But, oh, he went for a second punch. Blocked by Penguin. What is this here? Oh, no. Oh, right onto that martini glass. That Gotham Street cutter. Oh, gigantic
Rocky
axe handle.
taking some serious blows right now.
Penguin is such an efficient killer in that ring.
Knows exactly where to go each time.
Oh, I thought that might have been it for Rocky.
I was worried about Rock right there, but
Still in this thing. Yet another dragon screw. Making Penguin really regret teaching him that move by example earlier. Penguin crawling up on the outside of the ring. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
yeah, Rock throwing a huge punch right there.
And Rocky, for the first time in his Sweet Science Sports career, going to the outside of the ring. Yeah, and a boxer is not going to be used to feeling that barricade on their back either. Or their front, for that matter. Big boot off the barricade as coworker Brian counts him out.
We are at a 5 count right now. Oh.
Oof. Right on the collarbone on that apron. Oh no, hooking him up. Uranagi. The back of his head bouncing off that rope, Ben. I don't know if anyone's going to get up from that. And he's getting up, but groggy, might not even be conscious, and
Penguin
right into
looking
Penguin's
for
sights.
something.
Hooking him up. Is he going to drop down? There it is. Cold key to clutch right there.
Oh, Rocky not having any.
There he goes again, this time with leverage in the ropes. Oh, no. I thought that time he had it. With how close that last pin reversal was, and this time with the feet on the ropes.
But Rocky looking to win it the right way here. Not with that leverage pin, but with calculated strikes.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what happened with that pin attempt, and you might be right, but he might have actually let go intentionally, realizing that he was breaking the rules.
Rocky going up high for the first time in this match, for the first time in his HHWF career.
Here he goes. Whoa, top rope hurricane rana from Rocky Balboa.
Ooh, man.
Somebody
And
get
then
this
going
man a
right,
robot.
going
Oh
right
my
back to
God.
that uppercut sent Penguin to the mat.
Just vicious boxing blow, and Rocky beside himself.
Rocky wondering what it's going to take.
I'm right there with you, Rocky. I don't know.
And Rocky doing a taste of the Penguin's own medicine, putting on a submission maneuver.
The Creed clutch from Rocky. Oh, Penguin sweeping those legs. Oh, no. Yikes.
Those
Oh, and then
kicking
setting him right up
strikes.
after that. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Penguin, he's a rookie.
He's trying to kill our new acquisition.
Oh, but Rocky.
Textbook arm drag. Rocky the Dragon Steamboat. DDT on the edge of the glass.
And Rocky looking poised.
Oh, duck to the punch. Snapmare from Rock. Oh, he went for that headbutt, but Penguin put his elbow up.
This is a textbook back and forth right here. Oh, but Penguin may have just won it.
Come on, Rock. Come on, Rock.
Oh.
Yes. Still in it.
The young upcomer Rocky Balboa is not giving up yet, but Penguin is going to the top
Oh,
rope.
no. He's going to crush him. He's going to crush this kid.
Rocky struggling to his feet. Penguin is flies.
Oh, flying shoulder block off the top rope.
Rocky is dazed right now. Oh,
Those suplexes. And a boot to the throat. You see Rocky recoil in pain, but throws a boot up of his own. There we go. Firing back up with those fists.
Rocky trying to grab Penguin, but Penguin just falling before he could do it.
That's a good sign.
Those,
oh, no.
Oh,
This is a great matchup, and I wouldn't mind seeing these two go toe-to-toe for the hardcore title. Uh-oh.
oh
Muscle Buster.
no.
That move has ended careers, Ben. Rocky's career might be over before it starts.
I think it has ended this match.
Rocky's still alive. This has been a night where our superstars' mettle has truly been tested. We've seen people kick out of things they really shouldn't have been able to.
Well, you know, the landscape is so different following the big show, and everybody looking to make a name for themselves moving forward. And obviously, in the case of this, I mean, Rocky, you know, I worry about it, okay? Because, like, obviously, Rocky, this is his first match. He does not want to lose his first match. But he also has a championship match next week. And at some point, you gotta wonder if it's just easier to take the loss here and think about next week.
I don't think he's that kind of guy. As much as, you know, it might be a good strategy, I think Rocky doesn't have an ounce of quit in him. I don't think he knows what it means. Look at him.
Oh.
Draping his tired body against the corner, telling Penguin to get up. But he might live to regret that instruction.
Another giant.
Big Death Valley driver.
Oh.
Death Valley diver. Ducking it. Those kicks.
Balboa showing some kicking action. Going off the ropes. Oh, Penguin
out of the
tumble
ring.
into the outside. Now Rocky's turn to take it to the outside. Rocky Balboa picking up the Penguin. We are at a 4 count now, I believe. Rocky throwing Penguin, not quite to the steps, but Penguin is out cold. And throwing Penguin back into the ring, not looking to get a count-out victory tonight. Rocky's setting up for something huge. Oh, going for that knockout punch again, but Penguin ducks it. Oh, and turn it right back around. Penguin slamming Rocky on the mat. We're going for a cover. 1, 2, and 3. The Penguin gets the victory over Rocky Balboa in his debut. Will Rocky fare better next week at spring cleaning when he has to take on Wario for the Hardcore Championship? You know, we saw Rocky have an incredible showing here in his debut. I don't think this is a debut that anybody should feel bad about. Going up against the undefeated Penguin, I mean, that is a giant mountain to climb. But Rocky's going to have to go into a whole different situation next week in Hardcore Rules against Wario, who is shown to be a force to reckon with here in AHHWF. And like I was saying earlier, I worry that I worry that in this situation, Rocky may have given too much to try and beat Penguin and doesn't have anything left when it comes to Wario. Now, Chris, you're no stranger to the squared circle, and so I have to ask you, if you're in this situation, that Rocky Balboa finds himself in, he's lost his debut, he's been beaten to a pulp by the Penguin next week, going into a Hardcore Championship match. What advice do you have for Rocky Balboa?
I think all Rocky can do is learn from John Wick's mistakes. John Wick is another case like Rocky where they are very specialized in certain physical combat techniques. John Wick could have used the hardcore rules to his advantage like Wario is known to and didn't do it. I think Rocky, if he nothing against Rocky, like you said, undefeated Penguin, no shame in losing to him, right? Especially in your first match. But if you want to be able to face Wario, the hardcore champion, who is a bigger threat than Penguin even, you're going to have to play dirty, I think.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle. Honestly, as everybody has experienced going against Wario, that is the very difficult thing when we are talking about Wario, who is one of the nastiest people on our roster, and them holding the hardcore championship. what comes with that belt is that anything goes.
Yeah.
And so you need to be the type of person who is willing to go the distance with Wario. I mean, that's the thing, is that Wario, there's no rules. Wario can do whatever he wants in that ring.
Yeah. And speaking of that ring, someone very special just stepped into it, Ben. Our brand new men's champion, Trunks.
Fresh off a win at the Big Show, taking down Weird Al.
And Trunks saying right off the bat he wants to wish condolences to Al, letting us know, Ben, this is serious news that if you remember in that match that lasted about 30 seconds with Al, that unfortunately Trunks ended up breaking Al's neck.
Yes, yeah, on those, that final move that Trunks ended up winning with, Weird Al suffered a neck injury, and will be out of action for a while here now. But, I mean, that does not take anything away from Trunks' victory. I mean, I think that this is a great moment for him in his career. It's sad that it had to come like this.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what the young Saiyan can do now that he has a championship around his waist and he can run with it.
And at the risk of sounding callous, that did show what he can do because he beat the champion and broke his neck in 30 seconds.
I mean,
Ben.
that is true. That's the thing, is that Trunks' training took him to a whole new level. A level that I don't know if he was aware that he had, and definitely Weird Al wasn't aware that he has had. Weird Al was completely blind struck by what Trunks came at him with. And oh, well now...
Speaking of being blind struck, that's Trunks' dad. Look, Trunks asking what's up with this. He had no idea this was going to be going on. And neither do we.
I assume Vegeta coming out to congratulate his son.
These two haven't seen each other in months, though, Ben.
I mean, you know, Vegeta, former AHHWF men's champion, probably proud that his son is following in his footsteps.
And Ben, the first words out of Vegeta's mouth is, you know what? I'm proud of you, son. Which is huge, because Vegeta never says that.
No.
This is great. This is great to see these two having this moment together. Vegeta praising his son for ascending to a new level of Saiyan heights, making him proud, and holding up the title that his own father used to hold. That's a big deal to this family. Trunks, you know, saying, thanks, Dad. I couldn't have done it if it weren't for me starting my career with you as my tag team partner. We were the first ever Movie Club Tag Team Champions. And then with the experience I gained from working with you side by side, I went on to be a Judge Burge champion. And then all the way through winning the Rumble Pack match. And now I'm standing across from you holding the belt you used to hold as the current men's champion.
It is really incredible when you lay it out like that. The rise that Trunks has had here in AHHWF.
He's more than earned this. And Vegeta saying, that's all well and true and nice. Now hand over the title to me so I can rule this place again like I was meant to rule our home planet before it was taken from us. Ben, that's a really uncool demand to place on your child and a big, big guilt trip to do it with. Trunks just kind of saying like, Dad, I don't know what you're thinking, but like, no. I worked for this for over a year. I went through like almost every division in the company. I did what you would have done. I thought you said you were proud. I thought that you were coming out to just congratulate me. You want me to lay down and let you take this title from me? And Vegeta saying, that's exactly what I want. I'm your father. I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. I should be King Vegeta, and I should also be the men's champion. I threw away my chance to be in that tournament. I let Kakarot have the title shot with his new yellow pal because I was focused here. I thought you'd do the right thing, my one and only son.
How is this the right thing? I mean, granted, Vegeta helped train Trunks, but Trunks won this belt on his own. This is the championship of Trunks. Vegeta did nothing.
Yeah, and Trunks saying, Dad, I love and respect you, but I think you're just mad that I've done two things you never could. Reach a new Super Saiyan form and beat Weird Al.
Ooh, and harsh words. If you remember, Vegeta lost his belt to Weird Al.
Yeah.
That began that long title reign of Weird Al.
Yeah, Vegeta just berating Trunks. So aggressive, I can't even really hear what he's saying. He's just in a fury right now, threatening to beat his son down to the ground and take the title off his lifeless body if he has to. He didn't want it to go this way. That's why he offered to let Trunks do it peacefully.
Well, and Trunks responding with, listen, Dad, if you want this title so bad, then you're going to have to take it off me, because I am not going to give it to you. I earned this on my own. You abandoned me and left me when we lost those tag titles, and I had to do all this training. Everything I had to do to get this title, I did on my own. So if you want this title, you better come and get it.
And it sounds like Trunks is inviting Vegeta to do just that next week at Spring Cleaning. We have now just booked our Men's Championship title match.
The AHH WF Universe with chance of yes. I think I agree. I mean, this is exciting. It's not often that we get to see Saiyan versus Saiyan here at AHH WF.
Yeah, that's a blockbuster match with family drama to fuel it. That's going to be a title match for the Men's Championship like none other we've ever seen before.
Yeah, I said it earlier tonight, but it's amazing how good Spring Cleaning is going to be.
Yeah.
Considering that everybody on this roster found out about it tonight.
I hate to say it, Ben, but thank you, Mr. Clean.
I guess so. I don't want to say thank you for the 5 superstars that are going to lose their jobs next week.
That's true.
But all that aside, we have an incredible show for you next week. So I just referenced it, but for those of you that may be just tuning in, I will let you know that next week at Spring Cleaning, Mr. Clean's own show, we are having an Elimination Chamber match. 6 people enter, 5 leave AHHWF. That is right, the people who do not win the Elimination Chamber match are fired. That means that if you enter that chamber, you have to win if you want to stay here in AHHWF.
And that's a deadly, risky match, Ben. People could be fired before everyone else is even in the ring yet. They have to wait in those pods for their timed releases. And then you have to contend with Satan's Playground, that hellish structure of chains and metal and glass, with 5 other wrestlers who are going to want to do you harm, if for no other reason than to keep their livelihoods alive.
You know, it is a complete random draw, but you have to be hoping that luck is on your side to get that final entrant into the Elimination Chamber match, because that will give you the best chance to stay in HHWF.
And who wouldn't want to stay in HHWF?
I know I would.
Speaking of entrants, Ben, we have now reached our main event. This is a huge matchup. This has been a wild night in the lead up to Spring Cleaning, but we are going to crown the next number 1 contender to the brand new champion Sonic's Judge Burge Championship.
Yeah, Sonic winning back the Judge Burge Championship at the big show. We turn it right back around, and we have a battle royale for you tonight so we can get that number 1 contender.
Yeah, so this is going to determine who's going to challenge Sonic for that championship next week at Spring Cleaning. And this lineup, I can't wait for you all to see who is in this matchup. And kicking things off huge, if you recognize that music, the former Judge Burge champion, Luigi, the man who just lost the belt last week at the big show, being eliminated in the Battle Royal by, do you remember who eliminated Luigi? I'm blanking, but the moral of the story is that Sonic took his title away, and most Judge Burge champions, I'll say, do not get lucky enough to be in these Battle Royals for a number of contendership after they leave it. So Luigi fortunate here tonight, but I think he's more than earned it. He had like one of the longest reigns with that title. Actually, I think he did have the longest reign with that title we've ever seen. So I think Frazier maybe had a soft spot for him and said, you know what, Luigi, you were a great champion for us. You drew money, and go ahead, try and win it back. But he'll have to go through 7 other people in this ring tonight, and he didn't fare well in the last Battle Royal. And that one, he had his brother to back him up. Granted, not for long. Luigi awaiting the second entrant in this Battle Royal. And if you're not beginning to see what I meant when I said this is a star-studded match, here's Crash Bandicoot. Fresh off that dream match with Shaggy Rogers at the Big Show last week, that no-holds-barred confrontation. He lost that match, Ben. I think, you know, Crash with this new kind of more negative outlook on his coworkers in this company, plus the loss to Shaggy, he might tear through the people in this match.
Yeah, and Crash, well, you know, having already quite a career here at AHHWF, has not held a championship belt.
No.
And this could be the first if, you know, gets the number 1 contender spot here. Crash versus Sonic would be a match that a lot of people would want to see.
It really would. And here, showing how much he can withstand, just taking fireworks to the skin. Crash is tough as nails, and I certainly wouldn't want to have to be in a battle royal with him. But already just with these two, I think you can see this match taking shape as on a different tier than all the other Judge Burge number 1 contender battle royals have been. And I mean no disrespect to the people that normally compete for a shot at that title, but I think some of our higher on the card wrestlers are in this where they normally wouldn't be. And so this is going to be a battle royal like none other. And it also changes things drastically for the champion to have a new level of competition. But I do think after watching the performance he gave at the Big Show, I think Sonic can handle it. Who's entered number 3? I mean, I know, but like suspense-wise. Who do you think it's gonna be? Do you think? Here we go. It's John Wick,
From New York,
the star of John Wick 3 Parabellum, coming out. Actually, it's out right now. Go watch his movie, but first, watch him in this battle royal to try to earn a shot at the Judge Burge Championship.
Yeah, John Wick did not have luck against Wario at the Big Show, but looking to change the course of everything right here in this Battle Royale. Could be challenging Sonic for the Judge Burge Championship next week at Spring Cleaning.
And you gotta think, if John Wick can pull out that win and come away with the Judge Burge Championship, he might go right back to Warrior like, what's up, champion versus champion? You hurt my dog and I haven't forgotten.
Ooh. You're just booking all the great matches tonight here.
I mean, Fraser's probably going to find me for trying to take his job, but that's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, well, you know, Fraser usually just takes credit for our ideas. I'm
That's
fine
true.
with it.
He let Mr. Clean book a whole pay-per-view. Like, he let Mr. Clean make hiring and firing decisions. And that's going to be familiar music to anyone who's been watching this show. The fans are on their feet. They're doing the Shaggy bounce in the HHWF Impact Zone. And here it comes, Shaggy Rogers off the biggest win of 2019, because it's been a rough year for the guy. Losing the hardcore title to Wario, losing subsequent rematches, coming so close to winning the Rumble Pack match and challenging Weird Al at the Big Show, but getting eliminated by Trunks. But then finally, in the Dream match, no holds barred match with the Crash Bandicoot, Shaggy got his first big win of the year.
Yeah, and now Shaggy looking to move on and win the Judge Burge Overruled Championship. Add that to his resume.
Wouldn't it be great to see Shaggy with a title again in this
I
competition?
would love it. Honestly, like there's few things that I wish for more here in HHWS than seeing Shaggy move on and grab gold again. Or in the case of the Judge Burge Overruled Championship purple.
Absolutely. Fans waiting patiently. I love and respect our fans. They're good people. Look at that guy in the cargo shorts. He looks like a good dad. He's got a sign. Who's this? Shiny logo. Kind of blinding. Can y'all turn that down a little bit? Here, showing up on the bike, another person who had a good night at the big show last week. Android 17 finally defeated his rival Todd Howard and won Android 16's freedom back from being a video game called Skyrim.
Yeah. Yes, Skyrim 16 is no more. Android 17 had a huge win. And now, as we found out later tonight, Todd Howard is in that spring cleaning match. So how 1 week can change everything in the course of two people's lives.
Yeah, you see Android 17 go from being on the verge of being ported to Skyrim to now getting a shot for a title. And Todd Howard goes from having all the control and his evil schemes and a Skyrim robot by his side is now on the chopping block.
Yeah, let's not forget that Android 17 has not had the best of luck in these Battle Royale situations. But you gotta wonder if the momentum coming off the big show can change things for him.
There's three factors, I think. The momentum coming off the big show, the fact that his brother 16 will be in this match, that's the rumor I've heard at least. And also, last time in those Battle Royals, he wasn't wearing a Never Give Up armband. He didn't have that reminder to not get thrown over the top rope. Now he does.
That can always make the difference.
You know, when you're like hanging onto those
edge.
ropes, yeah, when you're hanging on those ropes, someone's trying to push you, you can look down at your arm and be like, you know what? I just shouldn't let them eliminate me. I should simply win the match.
Yeah.
And let's see if my sources are accurate. If not, I'm gonna have to have Waluigi give my $5 back. I had him running around trying to figure out who was gonna be in this. And here he comes. So nice to see him fresh-faced and moving of his own volition again. Android 16. And really drink that in, that it is Android 16 and no longer Skyrim 16. That was some dark days in this company.
Yeah, but now Android 16, I guess Android 16 debuting tonight?
Yeah, basically. Now that the Skyrim 16 saga is over, he's having his first actual match as himself. Because, yeah, the first time we saw him, we didn't know yet, but he was already possessed by Todd Howard.
Yep.
So, yeah, 16 will get a chance to show us what he's really made of tonight in this Battle Royale. And he's going to have a huge advantage because he's a huge dude. I think he's the biggest one in the match.
I think you're right about that, yes.
A very burly, thick competitor that's going to be very hard to eliminate, and it's going to be very good at tossing other people over the top rope to the floor. Only 2 more entrants in this 8-person Battle Royal.
You should retweet the tweet about our main event so that everybody knows that this is about to happen.
If you're listening, you too should
And
retweet it.
from the United States of America, weighing in at 165
Oh, hey, there's a new face we haven't seen here yet.
Yeah, Snake making his AHHWF debut. And stepping in here into this ring, looking to make a huge impact, coming in through the crowd.
Oh, wow, yeah, he did come in. You know, known for his stealth and infiltration skills, coming in through the crowd is fitting for this legendary spy and soldier, Solid Snake. Or is that, you know, I think he's just going by Snake here. Really drinking in the adoration from the fans. They're happy to see him debut here tonight. And me too. I think he's going to do well here, even though he's a newcomer in a ring full of, honestly, like mainstays. I think he's gonna open some eyes. Is he gonna have a Fozzie?
What?
It sounds like a Fozzie song.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. All right, our last entrant before we get underway and find out who's going to challenge Sonic. The least likely final entrant into this playing field, the impractical Joker himself, Joe Gatto. Ben,
Not even one of the Jokers that likes wrestling.
yeah, you gotta wonder, Ben, if this is one of the punishments they do on the show. Maybe he lost some challenges and like, you know what? Your punishment tonight, Joe Gatto, is to go share the ring with some of the greats of HHWF and try to survive.
Well, this will certainly be a punishment for Joe.
Yeah, you know, Joe's got a carefree attitude. He doesn't much care what anyone else thinks of him, and I think he takes everything, he lets everything in life roll off his back like water off a duck. But I think that spirit's going to be tested here tonight because some of these people in this ring are, quite frankly, very dangerous, and they're not going to want to joke around with him.
Yeah, his shenanigans can only get you so far in this kind of match.
Although maybe as a trickster, maybe like this is the right environment for him. He can kind of goad people into falling out of the ring.
Well, and here we go. It's our
Rock.
main event here tonight. The Judge Burge over the top rope battle royale. I like to take this moment before the action gets too quick to remind you that patreon.com/alien happy hour where you can help support us and make all our dreams come true. And I say that before the action gets too quick. Shaggy already eliminated.
Crash just ruined Shaggy's dreams. A little payback for beating him at the big show. Crash eliminates Shaggy, then drops Joe Gatto. Man, that is the last thing that any of us or Shaggy wanted to have happen. Damn you, Crash. Riley was right about you all along.
Luigi trying to eliminate the newcomer Snake. Snake holding on for now.
I love these battle royals. They're so exciting.
Joe Gatto just trying to do something right now. Trying to stay out of the way and then... Oh, but now Luigi's sights set on Joe.
This is just a slugfest in the ring right now.
Oh!
17.
Crash eliminated Android 17 too.
Crash is on fire. Big, oh my god, gigantic half dozen slam to Luigi and then pulling Joe Gatto off the top. Crash is on a tear. I predicted this, didn't I? I think I said Crash is going to run through everybody else in his anger about getting beat by Shaggy at the big show. Well, Joe delivering some fierce punches to Crash and a nice back suplex from the Joker.
Oh!
Joe Gatto just eliminated Luigi, the former Judge Burge champion. Wow.
God, anything
Oh
can
my
happen in
god,
these battle
and
royals.
pays for it.
16 slamming Joe Gatto. John Wick trying to eliminate Snake. John Wick and Snake, I tell you, that would be a matchup, a one-on-one matchup I would love to see.
Absolutely. 16 treating Joe Gatto like a plaything, but Joe Gatto not giving up, trying to keep fighting back and standing up.
Snake throwing John Wick into those turnbuckles, turning his attention on to Crash.
Luigi's still walking around in disbelief that Joe Gatto eliminated him from this matchup.
And the mighty have fallen.
16 lobbing Crash over, Crash hanging on.
Crash hanging on, but
And
not enough.
A knee from 16 sends Crash Bandicoot out of there. We're on to the final four.
16 teaming up with Joe Gatto to eliminate John Wick.
Smart. There he goes.
Oh, that was quite a tumble.
Yeah, flinging the assassin back first to the floor off camera. That's how far they threw him.
Oh, Joe Gatto's got a little bit in him right now. But 16 throwing punches. Oh, a reverse there.
He was in danger there, but he was ready for it.
Could this Joker's punishment turn into a victory?
I honestly can't believe he's still in this. What? Oh, 16's gonna try to change that.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
Oh,
16,
not for long.
He flattened him.
Oh, but
You notice
oh, no.
Sal and Q are dying backstage.
Oh.
Snake eliminating 16. Joe Gatto with the turnaround, whipping Snake to the corner. We're down to the final two, but it's the two newcomers.
Will it be Snake?
And Snake
Oh.
sends Joe out of there.
It was only a matter of time. A Joker could not last too long in this ring. and Snake coming away victorious. Snake will take on Sonic next week at Spring Cleaning for that Judge Burge Overruled Championship.
Yeah. Tonight was a star-studded, eventful night, but that's in a pale in comparison to next week's Spring Cleaning. We have Samus versus Elastigirl, Sonic versus Snake, the finals of the tag Tourney, Trunks versus Vegeta, and the Spring Cleaning Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah, 6 people enter, 5 leave AHH. WF, so I said it after the big show that everything had changed. But Spring Cleaning, everything could change even more. I mean, people's jobs are on the line.
You're gonna see people for the last time next week. Get ready to say your goodbyes, get the tissues ready.
Every time I think that things can't get more just over the top here in AHHWF, they do.
It's a wacky workplace.
Yes, please tune in next week for another episode of AHHWF, youtube.com/alien happy hour. If you're watching this, you found it. And of course, patreon.com/alien happy hour, where you can help support us and make all our dreams come true. I appreciate all of you who have been watching this, whether you watched it live or you watched it later on. We hope to see you live next week.
We'll see you at Spring Cleaning.
After